right. All right, here's a clap. Oh, wait, you already did the clap.
Gotta redo that.
All right, then. Welcome to RezRootz, everybody. I am your host today, Emmanuel Bryant, and I have the privilege to do the hosting of today's episode with the one and only Jacob James and Terrence King here in the house today of the RezRootz studio. So thank you guys for coming in on the show. How you guys feel today?
Blessed.
With that intro, amazing. That was beautiful.
Dude,
I feel like no one gets there alone.
No, it took a lot of tries. Trust me, it took a lot of seasons.
That was really good.
Yeah, thank you. So let's get to know you guys a little bit better, especially for the viewers out there. Let's go with you first. What's your name? What's your tribe? Where do you come from? What you do? And what's your favorite Disney princess?
Yeah, okay. Got a Shea, Jacob James Inishe. Todlini Nishle, Tobaj Najabashichin, Dashini Dashate, Tatnasana Dashanale. I'm Jacob James. I'm from the Navajo Nation, and I work for an organization called Elevate Navajo. And yeah, I'm excited to be here. Been working with youth for more than 7 years now, with the colleague over here, the bro, the homie, the brother, right?
The king.
You're the king, right? Mr. King over here. I'm Mr. James, by the way. That's what our students call me. That's what they have to call me, because we're teachers, that respect. But my favorite Disney princess... It's a tough one. Why'd you have to do me like this? I gotta say Princess Leia.
Yes.
That's easy for me. I love Star Wars.
Fake news.
Yeah, Princess Leia. She's my favorite Disney princess.
Nice.
I guess that counts.
Yeah, it does.
They're Disney now, so it makes sense.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, do I go now?
Yep. Your
All right,
turn, man.
I'm Terrence King. I'm from Gallup, New Mexico. Went to school here for quite a bit. Oh, I don't know if you guys, do they know it's from Indian Bible College?
Yes.
Okay, so I went to school at Indian Bible College for quite a while, honestly. Got my bachelor's here, left, became a program director for Broken Arrow for a year, and then decided to be part of Elevate Navajo out in Window Rock after that, which has been a blessing, and I love it. It's great every day. It's been a new challenge and great ways to kind of speak to the kids, so it's been a blessing in that way. I'm Navajo. If you guys don't know, I might not look it, but I am. I promise. I'm also Mexican. So where the little beard comes from is the Mexican side. But yeah, my favorite princess. It's not a real princess, but Meg from Hercules.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's
my
a different
first
one.
ever crush too. Yeah, so
All right.
Meg. Yeah,
I've never seen that.
Megalopolis, I
gotta
think
watch
is her full name.
Oh, wow.
You haven't watched Hercules?
I've never seen it.
Broke my heart.
Well,
okay.
we know what you guys are doing when you get back to New Mexico.
Watching Hercules?
Yes.
I'm going to sleep. It's going to be late when we get back.
Hey.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, I wanted to add too, like I've got my associate's degree here at Indian Bible College, finished my third year, COVID happened, went home, got an opportunity, and the opportunity was Elevate. So now it's good to be back here. I'm only going to be on here for a short period of time because I do got to hop in on the Christ and Culture class just over there, just a ways. And so, yeah, but excited to be here.
Yeah, with the Christ and Culture class right now, are you hoping to like go for your bachelor's? Is that what your goal is right now?
Most definitely. I also got some credits through Crown College that I hopefully will be able to apply here.
Ah, nice.
12 credit hours.
Oh, okay,
so
congrats.
I'm hoping that'll help me. If not, then... yeah, I think it'd be cool to grind out and get my bachelor's. I think that'd be really dope. I mean, did 3 years, right? So why not? Why not finish it?
There you go. Do it, man.
Yeah.
Well,
hunk up plan 2.0.
Yeah.
He's got to be on the show one day. I hope
he's on the show.
He's on the show
The
already?
last episode was him.
It was? Oh, I haven't been keeping up. Sorry, I haven't been keeping up.
Yeah,
But-
we've been a little bit busy. We've been a little bit busy. You can't blame us. You can't blame us. Yeah.
Sorry, RezRootz. They're like, why are they on the show? They didn't even listen to the podcast. But
They're not even friends no more.
yeah, no, I got to listen to Hunk Up's episode.
Nah, we're doing this just so we
sure.
can get sponsored by Elevate from now on. I was kidding.
We need IBC to sponsor us.
No, if we need IBC students to work for Elevate. Yeah, so that way we can get some
This is a. Oh my gosh! This isn't just a. This isn't just a. Let's just keep going.
You're gonna cut what?
They're
not
fix
gonna
it in
cut
post.
They're not gonna. There's no way to fix that in post.
Yeah, they are. But
Wait.
this is like a recruitment video for us too. It's gonna help us kind of show what we're about in this video and stuff like that too. And then I'm here to recruit Will.
Nice.
No, we need dedicated young Navajo leaders that are willing to pour into youth at any level possible. Because at Elevate, it is 24/7 availability, and it is life with youth. So it's very intentional, and honestly, don't do it if you're not called. Like that's the thing. Like you can't go into this role not called and expect to do good or expect to be there, because it's hard. It is hard. It is long. It is committed. Once the bell rings at 3:30, the other half of our job begins. And that's the beauty of Elevate, is we gotten to know the kids and their whole families through this. So it's beautiful.
All right. So for the viewers out there that don't know what Elevate is, how would you describe it to them?
Well, we got to start with no one gets there alone, right? So when you hear the word no one gets there alone, what that means is you didn't get to where you are in life alone. And in Elevate, we say that if you consider yourself successful, chances are you had somebody there to help you get there along the way, whether that was a coach, a parent, a grandparent, you know, a Che, a Masani, or a brother, a sister, just an older role model who was able to tell you what you needed to hear, not just what you wanted to hear. So at Elevate, what we're trying to do is build generations of thriving Navajo leaders who can contribute and give back to the community. Terrence could probably hit you guys with the mission statement, but one thing I want to say is that there's 61% of youth across the country that would agree with the following quote, and that quote is, "The adults in my life don't truly understand how much I'm struggling with my mental health." So if that's 61% of kids, that shows you that, man, they need help. And the reason why Elevate came along, the reason why ministry came along, and why I wanted to work with youth is because when I was 10, my town of Thru was hit with 15 youth suicides spanning 9 months. The youngest kid was 11. Dang. 1 year older than me at the time, because I was 10 at the time. And from that point forward, I was like, you know what? There's got to be something for kids. But those 15 kids that took their life, they were alone. And so Elevate Navajo is combating that loneliness that our native kids have faced for years. And I hope Elevate spreads to other nations, and I'm pretty sure it will, other indigenous tribes that are federally recognized on U.S. soil, and maybe one day Canada, you never know. But I know Terrence could probably share a little bit more. I kind of gave you guys a gist of why we exist, but he could tell you what we do. So, yeah. Kick it off to the homeboy.
Yeah, I don't know if he's gonna leave or not, but our whole mantra for Elevate Navajo is to build long-term, long-lasting relationships with the Navajo youth, to equip them to thrive and contribute to their community. So in our case, community, that's like the whole mantra for Elevate in general, Elevate USA. For in the beginning, it was urban youth, but we changed that because we're not just in urban places no more. We're in broad spectrums, a lot of different places now that are not just urban, which urban is a really taboo word anyways nowadays. So we want to cut that out. We say native youth because that's what we as Navajo, Elevate Navajo, really focus on. We want to focus on the Navajo people. Hopefully, sooner or later, whenever we get to the future, it's not just going to be Navajo youth. It's going to be native youth, where we just not spread it to the Navajos, but all different other types of tribes out there. But one thing that really helped out with me, just thinking about everything, was I was a kid that was blessed to have people around me. I had people that were able to look after me and be like, hey, like that's a stupid thing. Like, you shouldn't be doing that. And I know a lot of people in the area that we work at right now don't have that. I mean, it's not just a place that, it's not just something that we've known from like other people sharing here and there, but we've seen it personally. Well, we've seen kids make bad decisions and they don't have anybody to kind of recommend them or kind of be like, hey, that's not a good thing, because they've never had that in their life. So we want to be the people that are like, hey, man, like that decision is probably not the best. And here's why. Not just tell them it's not the best, but why is it not the best? Like educate them to be better people and better leaders. That's what we want them to be, is better leaders for their future. Yeah, so Elevate's a great program. If you're just thinking about it and you're like not in the Navajo Nation and you're like, hey, this is what a program that we need in our reservation, just hit us up and we'll try to make something happen, honestly.
Yeah. We are currently in talks with other reservations that are very much receptive and open to having the Elevate model in their communities.
Okay.
I was able to be in Montana just this last month to talk with some community leaders there in the community of Lodgegrass, and I'm really hoping that it gets off and running, because there's other communities that need it. I can humbly say that, yes, Navajo Nation, Navajo youth do struggle, but there's some other reservations out there that, man, are struggling, that could use a loving teacher mentor that looks just like them to equip them, train them, and get them ready for life. And one thing that I wanted to touch on was the fact that Elevate is very unique. A lot of people say, oh, it's like Big Brothers and Big Sisters, and it's not. A lot of people will say, oh, it's like an after-school programming. I'm like, Yes, but it's also much more than that. The beautiful thing about Elevate is that they equip and hire full salary teacher mentors that are representative of the student body.
Mm.
And so what that means is you're hiring kids from the community that are able to resonate and understand what the youth are struggling with. So like we're Navajo, therefore we're serving on the Navajo Nation, serving Navajo youth. We're not going to go to New York and be able to understand what the New York kids are struggling with, right? So we're not going to hire some teacher mentor from Utah and then put him on a res because he doesn't understand what that's like. No, we're going to hire people who are of good character, who have proven character, who are trusted, that can fulfill those roles. Another thing that we do too is we also have year-round programming. It's not limited to the year. Like it's year-round. There's always something, even over the school breaks. And it's through our programming that we're able to have long-term, life-changing relationship, because our curriculum spans 4th grade all the way to 12th grade.
Wow.
Meaning we're teaching things that are relevant. We're building a relationship. And these kids are also growing in their academic rigor, which makes this, it makes it amazing. It allows them to learn. This guy knows the character qualities and life skills that the kids learn. We teach them every day. Things like character, caring, courage, respect, responsibility, integrity, and leadership. And there's some life skills sprinkled in there, but that's essentially what we do in those accredited classes. I don't even think we talked about our program areas yet. I don't know. You want to?
Yeah. So we have 4 program areas. The first one is accredited class, which we kind of teach the 13 character qualities and life skills in. So we basically have the qualities and stuff, but we teach like everyday things that's going to happen to them sometimes. Or like we're going to help them figure out some solutions to things that they don't really know. Like if they're like struggling to talk to somebody about some ways that they're feeling, like it's hard to kind of talk to some, like, let's just say like in a scenario, I can't talk to this person because every time I do, they make me feel inferior or they make me feel lower than I am. Then we kind of teach them a way to be like, hey, like this is how a way you can do that. Like communication is key in this moment, because if you're not doing it right, then you're always going to see that person and kind of judge them in a bad way or something like that. So that's what we do. We kind of teach that. And another one is college and career. I'm kind of skipping through them, but college and career, this is my favorite one, honestly. This is the one I'm excited for in the future. So we do a lot of things with seniors for our senior class this year, which is our first one this year. So we're super excited for that. But we take them on to like trips to different colleges. We make sure that their applications to those colleges are filled out and right. We're going to help them do the FAFSA and stuff like that. So we're super excited for that. But also, we don't think there's only one path for them. And there's a big stigma like, oh, college isn't the only way. It's been there for generations for us. Yeah. It's not the only way. There's a lot of great opportunities outside of college that these kids can go to, and we want to teach them that. So we also teach them like, hey, if you want to become a barber, here's how you do it. Like last year we took them to a barbershop in Gallup. They're able to see how it runs and functions. We also took them to a jewelry shop where they're able to see how the jewelry is made and the owner and stuff and how he proceeds everything. So it was really exciting to see that and see them kind of glow. And we want to go to places that's native owned, because we want them to see like, oh, your people can do this. You can do this. You don't have to be a white person from Detroit to be able to do something. So we root like Eminem. There's no shots to Eminem. Don't come at me. I'm sorry.
Kill shot.
Yeah,
he's gonna kill shot you.
Yeah, but that's what we do for our college career. We do. I'm blanking out. Adventure. Yeah, so adventure is a really big one for us. This is something that we're really able to connect with the kids, because that's the time where we're able just to be with them and just be ourselves. We're not a teacher in a classroom, but we're Terrence King, we're Jacob James, Kirsten Balug. We're there just to be there for them and just let them have fun. A lot of these kids don't get to do stuff like play ultimate frisbee, wiffle ball, go out to Gallup and bowl, go to Albuquerque and like watch a movie or something like that.
Or play Top Golf.
Yeah, go play Top Golf. Go to Phoenix and just go in a swimming pool. Like those basic things that everybody thinks is like there, like these kids don't have. So we're able just to be that for them. And like one thing that we really we specified, especially this summer, was a lot of new things for them. So we took them to WLS for the first time.
Okay. Which is the Warrior Leadership Summit.
Which for a lot of time, like for a lot of them, it was their first time ever flying. So we were able to do that with them and just be able to like just do all these wonderful things with them.
That was insane.
Yeah. So it was a struggle, but it was great because you can see like their faces and like how nervous they were at first. but then they become pros and they're like, hey, what do we do after this and this? They have all these questions, and sometimes you're like, I don't know. We're just going to figure it out.
It takes a lot to take 24 kids that have probably never flown before, maybe have flown once, get them on a plane in time, and fly them.
Yeah.
We had a fourth of our group that missed their flights.
Oh.
Yeah, I was part of the fourth. So, Jacob, you can tell them what the original plan was, and I'll tell you what actually happened.
So, man, we're currently waiting on a van through some funds from the Navajo Nation that have been kind of stalled and put on a standstill. So we're really hoping that those come through. But during the summer, we had to rely on some van rentals. So our morning had to consist of us relying on the hotel shuttle to get the kids and the staff to the airport, right? But we also had to drop off the rentals. So in the process of doing all that, our time that we thought we would had, the shuttle was running behind, ended up having to leave 8 out of the... Well, I'm glad that the 8 that got left behind were a mixture of staff and students and volunteers. And the others that got to make it onto the flight, it was insane. It was insane how God worked this out, because we thought, man, they're going to be behind. There's no way they're going to get shuttled into WLS. But WLS, they're amazing in how they do their logistics and stuff. So we're at the airport, right? Once we arrive in St. Louis, these guys had to go to Dallas, which they got that flight in 30 minutes. They missed their flight, but in 30 minutes they got another one, which that doesn't happen. So it was a total God thing. And the thing was, the shuttle was supposed to pick us up at the St. Louis airport to take us to Carlinville at WLS. It got postponed. We didn't tell them that, hey, we're waiting on these guys. Well, actually, we communicated to them, hey, we got 8 that missed their flight, so they're going to be in later. We told that to the WLS people. They didn't even see it. By the grace of God, the shuttle ended up running behind. So by the time we caught the shuttle to WLS, these guys were pulling up in their shuttle because they arrived. So God literally just was in control of that whole trip. But it was insane how it ended up working out.
Yeah.
But yeah, 24 kids traveling with them, with staff. It's hard.
Yeah, it's hard.
It's hard.
It's intense. It's fun, though. You get to see a lot of the new things for them. But another thing, the last thing that we do, accredited class, adventure, college and career, and mentorship. So mentorship's a big deal for us. It's in and outside of school. You're like, how do you mentor in school? I'll tell you. All right, so this is what we do. So there's 3, this is the system. Whenever you look at it, it's weird. It's very weird, but it works very well. It's amazing. So we have 3 teacher mentors in each class. So we have 2 that kind of lead the class. So yeah, the three's important. Represented in our life a lot around here, so it makes sense. But 3 in the class, 2 of them are basically teaching and helping the main teacher, kind of teach and make sure all the kids are not being naughty and stuff. And then we have another one that goes out and is like, hey, Jamal, can you come over here? Or Susie, or Bethany, or Greg, or Steve. I don't know. I just named
or Theodore
people. Yeah.
Or Grace.
Or I don't know.
Elvin.
Yeah, Elvin and the Chipmunks. We kind of put them in we're like, hey, let's go talk, make sure that this kid's okay. So we go and like, hey, how are you? Very like kind of not really surface, but kind of surface. And it's up to the kids if they want to get deep within the in-school mentorship. So we're like, hey, how are you? How's your parents? How's your mom? How's your brother and sister? Is there anything you need help with? Are you struggling in school? Is somebody picking on you or stuff like that? So we're really there just to be like, hey, you have support in school. And then outside of mentorship, that's when we kind of go a little bit deeper. That's how we're like, hey, we notice that this is happening to you. Is there something that we can do or we can help? Or they come up to us even and be like, hey, I really need this to talk to you about something. And that's another thing that we do is just be able to be there for the kids and just be like, hey, if you ever need us for anything, we're going to be there. Because that's part of the job. It's not just like clock in, 8:30, clock out, 3:30 for us. It's 8:30 to 11:30 sometimes, like dropping off kids and stuff like that. It's long hours, but it's grateful because we're able to really connect with these kids. And there's a lot of things that we've seen, and not just us, but the families of these people have seen. We're like, wow, this kid was shy for so long, and now he's talking to us. He's opening up to other people and stuff like that. So that's also been a blessing.
It's amazing.
And like, there's a kid like. There's some kids that just struggle with just being themselves around other people. And we're able to be like, hey, look, you don't have to be this other person just because your friends are around. Like, you're able to be who you are for yourself and not just because you want to look cool. And you can just see like them blossom and this grow from these people that are like insecure, kind of childish people to like these mature adults who think themselves as something greater than a lot of what their families think them.
Yeah.
So it's been a blessing. It's been really cool to see, and it's been kind of really heartbreaking in a good way and a bad way for us, because a lot of the people that we're really close to seem to leave. Like we have a bunch of kids, not even like in a bad like, oh, they hate us or anything, but like more of a sense of my family's moving. There's stuff here that's holding me back. I have to go somewhere else. And it's a blessing because we got that time to be with them and like teach them like, okay, this is the person you can be. And they're going to steps towards it. And it's sad because we want to help them grow. But we know like they can grow without us now. They know how to grow with themselves, and they can help other people grow, and they know people that can help them grow. So it's been really cool just to be in that situation. And it's sad at some points, but it's a blessing to know that these kids will be good even if we're not around.
Yeah, it's no coincidence. I feel like that the kids that grow closest to us end up having to leave for whatever reason. It's not a coincidence. Like literally, I think, man, we've got them prepared and ready to be able to do life elsewhere. And we get to lead them, advocate for them, see them, hear them, and value them. And so through us being there for them, like, man, their lives, I've seen lives change just because of the presence that a young, healthy, positive role model in their life could do. And like we're showing up every day to be the person that we wish we had when we were their age.
Yes.
Right. And another thing on top of that is like these kids have value. Like they're fearfully made, they're wonderfully made, they're amazing. And we went to WLS our first year, and I was in a workshop with, I gotta leave soon, so I'm gonna say this one last thing, but we were in a workshop with Ron Hutchcraft, right? Che Hutch. And Che was like, what is a calling? And in my mind, being that I went to Bible college, I'm like thinking of the most theologically profound answer for the word calling. And he was like, these are all great answers. You listen to answers. People are raising their hand. Oh, a calling is this, right? A calling is when you know, going off like with this. And then he says, well, I have a definition, and a calling is something that you can't not do. And so Elevate Navajo is something that I see myself having to do. Like I can't see myself not doing this. So to be able to show up and equip the leaders of the next generation is amazing. And so I'm very thankful for Elevate, the opportunity that we get to have to make an impact and make ripple effects in the community that will change. You know, because if you want a community that's healthy and whole, the people got to be healthy and whole. And so that's what we're trying to do day in and day out. But yeah, thank you guys so much. These guys are magic. Going to chat up a whole bunch more. But I do have the Christ and Culture class I got to jump in. So
we do appreciate you being on the show, man. Thank you for coming and letting us know what you're doing at Elevate, man.
Yeah, it's been lovely. It's been great. It's changed my life. So
yeah, it's great opportunities.
Yeah, we love the kids. Yeah. We're here for them.
We love the kids.
Yep. All right.
Okay. Well, he goes.
Yeah.
Okay.
These guys will take
I missed that. My bad.
Restroom break. No, you're good. You guys will take a restroom break. If we missed that, you know what the kids would be like? The kids would be like, oh, you have no aura. Where's your aura? Man, lingo. You guys should talk lingo with kids because we're learning it because we're not old. Like we have TikTok just like them.
Yeah.
So we're able to stay in the times, but it's funny.
I do it with the youth, and they're just like, stop being cringe. Like,
bruh. They always say, bruh.
Hey, bruh.